pull it. All right. When last we left our pack, you had rescued Miriam from the clutches of Kalome. Rescued or found her. It's not entirely clear. But you did manage to find Miriam and have decided that the thing to do at this particular point is both to go into that pyramid to try and find Annabelle, Alexander's sire and your former cardinal, to, get a little bit of that dish best served cold. And then perhaps to try and find Renard, the man who helped Miriam, and the one that Alexander has now given his word he would help protect. We'll see how that goes. You have gathered back, the lot of you, at your hideout in the old port, the Standard. The old inn/tavern that lay abandoned for a while, but that you've now claimed as your own. You are busy preparing for your coming assault or infiltration, or whatever you want to call it, of the Black Pyramid. The Black Pyramid, of course, is this giant pyramid that's under construction in the northwest corner in the midtown of Montreal. That the Black Lily, the Fleur de Lis, Le Lys Noir, has been building, and that you now know is some kind of, is linked somehow to the Mage Kalome and her attempts at corrupting, decaying the dreams of the city, and basically having the city kind of eat itself slowly and fall apart. This pyramid is under construction still, but most of the outside of it has been built. And you know that Annabelle is hiding there. So you've been preparing. You have with you Mosaic, the Tremere elder of the Sabbat, as well as a number of younger members who have, a couple of them perished fighting the Aegis guys that attacked you up north, but now most of you have a few weapons. You have some armor that you took off the other guards that you killed. And you're busy preparing. You have a semblance of a plan. You have with you Prudence, the Black Spiral Dancer, who once worked, somehow connected to the Black Pyramid and Kalome, and has agreed to help you get inside. You have Thomas, the Nosferatu, your newest recruit, who is kind of a whiz with technical stuff and computers and whatnot, and so can help you get inside. And you have a bunch of willing participants who are more than happy to create a distraction, create a ruckus at the front door. I will ask you all if there's anything specific that you would like to prepare or do or get your hands on or what have you before you go to bed for your day sleep, before you pull this action off. Is there anything anyone would like to do? Other than steal a giant tanker truck full of gas.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
have
stealing.
much in the way of weapons.
You can basically find any kind of, you can find axes and hammers and things like that fairly readily. You have a few guns. I don't know that you want to take him. I don't know if you want to leave him for the guys up front. You do have the strange guns that delivered the darts, that delivered the poison. So you have that too. You have a couple of those if you want that.
Well, I have no skill with firearms, so I probably will avoid that. I think I'll look for like an axe or machete type deal to have with me. I don't want to be, I guess, you're never really defenseless as a vampire, but there's no way in hell I can kill another vampire like this. So.
Anybody else?
It's mostly just making sure that we've got what we need as far as anyone who wants to be on the front line. I imagine Kellen has a fair collection of various melee type weapons, whether it's machetes, brass knuckles, punch daggers, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you will easily enough get your people equipped. We had wondered whether you were going to bother doing a shovel party. Is that something you want to do, or are you not going to bother with that?
I mean, that's dependent on our pack leader.
How easily can we find a gathering that is vulnerable?
I would say pretty easily. You're in the old port. It's a very tourist-friendly area. It is October, late October, getting into November at this time of year, basically. It would be fairly easy to find an isolated group of tourists or something like that would be rushing from one bar to the next or something like that in the old port, and you could probably get yourself 3 or 4 people if you wanted.
I think Alexander would consult with Kellen on that. So, do we do this the old way or a more controlled way?
I mean, at the very least, all told, we could probably get 2 apiece. Is it worth it?
No, I don't think so. I think they'd be more a liability than anything.
We don't have time to show them what to do.
No. It's not like Detroit, is it?
No. I can't believe I'm saying this. I almost miss Texas.
Wild night.
So as you pass on that situation and get everybody else sort of kitted out and ready, Kellen, at some point, maybe about an hour before dawn kind of thing, you've gone upstairs to the roof perhaps to kind of think about what's going on, what's happening, the things you've seen. You did find out that somehow they used Asher's blood to create a new vampire that was used to attack you, and you know, in method similar to what the Sabbat does of creating a bunch of new ones and kind of sending them out there. They knew how to fight though, so you expect that it was people that were already Aegis soldiers that got turned into vampires, but apparently they used Asher's blood. So what's on Kellen's mind at this particular juncture as you kind of contemplate all of this?
We are the last of us. Whatever hold we had on Montreal is all but gone. And perhaps this is a chance to start fresh. New blood, as it were. Clearly those before us were too cowardly and too fattened on their own power to keep it together. It's about time.
And just as you're about to head back inside before the dawn gets too close, you hear a sound coming from below you of a window opening, and when you lean over and look down, you see the form of Corey. Now, you don't know Corey that well. You know Them a little bit. You know, they're the child of Asher, but they were in another pack, and so while you've encountered them a few times, you wouldn't necessarily consider yourself familiar with them. You know that Asher embraced them out of pity and never really talked about it too much, and kept an eye on them to see how they were doing, but very much the epitome of a gangrel, kind of left them to their own device and just kind of watched from afar. And you can see that Corey is slipping out, and it's clearly too late now for them to just be stepping out for a bite or something like that. On top of that, they have a backpack with some stuff in them, and it's pretty clear to you that they're taken off.
Are they stepping out onto like a stairwell, a fire escape?
So they're like just below you, and they're coming out of the window, and it looks like they're going to get on the ledge and maybe scooch on over to the fire escape.
I will drop down onto the fire escape as they get there.
You drop down, landing with a clang. They look over to you and start flailing and start going backwards into the void behind them.
Collar.
Grab them, pull them back to you. God damn it.
I would have thought you'd been taught better.
Can I climb? Can I climb up on the thing with you there? I'm not very comfortable with heights.
With one arm, I will just pull them up and drop them onto the fire escape.
It's not what it looks like.
Then explain it.
I want to fight. I want to go there. I want to do this thing. I want to... Whatever happens, I want to throw myself at it with the rest of the pack there. They're my pack. I want to do it. But you know, they would say to leave. And so I'm doing the hard thing. And I'm going to honor that wish. And I'm going to leave. Come on, you know how they were. They never really fit into all this stuff. Not in the last few years, at least. It changed. You're not thinking of leaving?
No. Why would I? What else are we going to do? Join the fucking tower? Throw our lot in with the anarchs?
Look, I don't know. I don't have an answer, and maybe that's why I feel like leaving's the thing to do, but I just keep thinking about what Asher used to say all the time. He used to say all the time, you know, wherever your aim is, you're going to hit lower, so always aim higher. Always reach up to that light. Always reach to do better. Always...
And what do you think we are trying to do here?
I don't think this is doing better the way he meant it. They spent so much time telling me there was only one way to achieve any sort of grace for our kind, and that was always to reach above. Always stand above. They told me over and over. They'd say, if you look up, you see the stars and the moon, and the closest we will ever come to see sunlight again. And below is just darkness and death. Why do you think they bury us when they create us? Asher said all the time.
Grace. You know what we are, Corey.
Is it wrong to want better?
Foolish.
Why? Because we've been told it's foolish? Look, I'm with you here. Like, I want to do this, but finding out that they made a thing out of him tonight, I was just like, I don't know.
all the more reason to get our lick back, as the saying goes. They took something of ours and they twisted it.
And how does going there and killing them fix that?
I'm not looking to fix it. I'm not looking for some grand gesture, some kind of blaze of glory. They took Asher from me. They took what was mine, and they corrupted it. I'm not going to let that stand.
No, before your pack left Montreal last winter, Asher came to see me and said that the reason they created me was because they knew they'd likely never get a chance to rise above. They saw the pain I was in. They saw what I was going to do to myself, the constant peer pressure from my family to conform, from my group of friends, my church, not to be who I was. And I couldn't take it. And Asher said, they took me to give me a chance to break free, to find my own way, to live as I wanted to live and be myself. And I just feel like they placed that on me because they couldn't do it. And I feel like this is how I get to say thanks.
By running?
By living and being who I am and forging ahead with that and not conforming to what my family or my peers or my church or my pack or this dying organization says.
Things must die before they are born anew. You cull the weakness to build something better. Annabelle got lazy. She got sloppy. Who's to say we can't build what we have, but make it better?
Okay, I don't know Annabelle, and I don't know what she did or didn't do. All I know is that everyone we knew in Quebec City is gone. They've either just all gone out east and are not coming back, or they're spread out all over the place, and whatever we had that was binding us wasn't strong enough to keep it all together. And I just want to see what it's like to choose my own destiny for once.
Well, I'm not willing to fight side by side with someone who's going to second guess their every move.
You can kill me if you want. You know there's no way I can fight you. Asher had a place. He'd been traveling north a lot. Past few months, a couple years maybe. He had this little old hole, we call it, little place he built up north, a couple hours from here, on the shores of a lake, and he said he was meant to travel there, but he couldn't because you wouldn't go. I don't have that attachment, so I'm gonna go for him.
Then you should go before I decide to add your blood to the Vaudelaire.
What is worth good luck? They turn around and hoist up their pack on their shoulder, and with a final look over their shoulder, they head down the fire escape quickly.
Storyteller, I still have some of Asher's things with me, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch Corey turn tail. Then I'll go back in, find the duffel that I essentially have my entire life in. Find what I have left of Asher.
You rummage through the bag, you find a few items, things you were able to pick up off the ground after they were killed, a few things that they had left with you for safekeeping, or the kind of little things that sometimes belong to one person but then end up being the property of whoever loves them and they're in love with. And amidst all of that, thing you find that's kind of new and sticks out, piece of paper folded over many times and creased, and as you open it up, you see that that's not at all what I wanted to show you. It's when you hit the wrong button. You open it up and you see this strange image of two pyramids. One upright, one upside down. There are scribbles. The top one is golden and is inscribed with the word grace, and the bottom one is black and is inscribed with the word affliction. And as you read through the various notes, you get a portrait of someone who had discovered a better way but knew that they could never follow it. They could never truly give themselves to this way. You realize that for whatever your character believes, and whatever the Sabbat believes about things like Golconda, for example, that he was Asher, they were working towards something like that. Some kind of path to rising above, to attaining a form of grace. The writing around it paints the portrait of someone who was very melancholy and very sad about a lot of the things they'd had to do and didn't feel like they could truly escape it. That there was this barrier around them, and that they could stare up at the stars as much as they want, but they would never be able to reach for them. And there's a deep longing in there for a kind of peace and a kind of, well, grace. That is clear they felt would likely never come.
Just stare at it for a while. I think there's a moment where I start to crumple it as if I'm going to tear it to pieces. Then I'll fold it up again. Put it in the inner pocket of my jacket. I am what I am. I did what I did. And that will never change. So saith the Dark Father. And then Kellen turns and just hammers their fist into the brick wall.
The sun is coloring the east. A line of amber and fire at the very edge of the city. What do you do?
I watch for as long as I can as the line of gold paints what is left of the night in shades of gray, then blue, then orange. And it's only when the first sting begins to prickle across my skin that I'll retreat.
You don't rest well that day. None of you do, whether it's the excitement or the nervousness or whatever it is. There's energy that's coursing through everyone. There's a sense that you've come a long way and you're nearing the end of this road, whatever that end might be, and whether or not there is another road on the other side of it, but there's a definite feeling of something about to end. At dusk the next night, when you wake up, anything anyone wants to do before moving on to the pyramid?
Alexander will approach Kellen and say, I think the troops need bolstering. A sermon, perhaps?
Yeah.
Gather them up, if you mind.
Find me a cup, would you?
Behind the bar, there's a suitable one.
I will call the troops.
They gather around you. You see that there's 5 of them, plus Mosaic and Thomas and Prudence and Miriam. Small number, but roughly the same size as your pack before some of you were chosen to come to Montreal a few months ago. Everyone sort of looks towards Alexander and Mosaic more than you. No one really knows or expects that Kellen's going to step up. What do you do?
Alexander steps forward to the middle of the circle. These are the words of the Book of Nod. These are the words of the Dark Father and the words of our faith. These are the words about Gehenna. For we knew these times would come. Because when the sun rises black in the sky, that will be the day of the damned. When Cain's children will rise again and the world will turn cold, so too our grandsires will rise from the ground and break their fast on the first of us, as they have begun to do. They will consume the first part of us. And only then will Cain return and call his children to the meeting place at the first city. He will beckon them sitting upon his throne, and he will call aloud the names of those to be blessed and the names of those to be destroyed. Those are the words of the Dark Father and the promise. We are among the blessed because we honor his word and we remember his word when so many others have forgotten it. And we will remind others on this day of his word and his reign and his glory, and that we are his children. And we will eat their blood, and we will bite deep this day. Praise be to the Dark Father. My brothers, my sisters, my kin. Praise be. Alexander steps back from the circle and looks to Kellen expectantly.
Kellen takes one of the glasses from behind the bar and goes through the motion that this pack, all packs, anyone worth their salt, understands, from the eldest to the youngest. The cup is passed. The blood is gathered. The blood is the life. The blood is the strength. The blood is the power of Cain given unto us. Given unto each other. By the Dark Father's blessing. Praise Cain.
Praise Cain.
All of them speak the words. It's passed around. Everyone drinks deeply. Miriam, not had many occasion to participate in this rite. It's going through Miriam's head, mind, as all this is happening.
There's something about giving up her blood after so much of it was ripped out of her without her consent that is uneasy. It's not the first time she's done this, but the first time was different. This doesn't feel like, as much as this is meant to rouse the troops and give them hope, in Miriam there is this distinct feeling that this is your last rites, the meal before you get sent to hang. She drinks, she says the words, but she doesn't look around at the rest of this group, this pack. She might look at Kellen as Kellen speaks, but it's in admiration of what Kellen has become more than the words themselves.
Alexander is watching her the whole time, noting.
Mosaic will lean into you, Alexander, seeing this, and say, they certainly have her blood. They may use it to control her, turn her against us.
That's what stakes are for.
Just making sure we all know what could happen, prepared for all eventuality. Pulls back.
That's the secret, Mosaic. I'm always prepared to kill all of you.
I feel better already.
As the circle breaks up, Alexander walks up to Miriam. Did you believe any of it?
What do you want me to say?
The truth.
The truth is that I believe that you believe it, and that means something to me still.
I suppose that'll have to be enough.
You don't have to do this, you don't. They said you're going to die.
I've been told I was going to die by many people.
You weren't there, Alexander. You didn't see what Calumet can do. This is no obstinate vampire. This is a creature of immense power and age and anger. She wants to destroy everything. I've lost one father already, so I'm asking you if you're going to make me watch you die too.
I promise it'll be a good death if they manage it. That's the difference between us and other vampires. Others are obsessed with forever, the long life, the eternal struggle. We honor the good death. It means something more because we could have lived forever.
But are any of us happy?
I'll be happy at the end of days when the war is done. Or I'll be happy in my last moments knowing that I died for a cause.
She echoes back those words that you just said to her about it having to be enough.
Touche. Miriam survived this for me.
I will certainly make every effort, but I make no promises.
Don't be a coward either. It's not in you.
No, not anymore. I think that was bled out of me on a metal spire. I'm with you. I'm with you.
That makes me happy. There, you see.
Thomas walks up to you, Kellen, and says, that was something. That was something. Is it like kind of a thing that you do regularly, or?
It is our religion.
Religion, like God, like God, or like you got like a separate thing going on?
Cain is the first of us. The first to become one who stalks in the dark, who takes in the blood of the lesser to make himself stronger. We are his children.
Not like Bible Cane, right? Do you mean somebody else?
Kellen just smiles.
Okay. Hey, I saw you talking to that little one that slipped out last night. I guess I thought about slipping out myself. Like, why are we doing this? What's like, I'm not, like, I didn't slip out, and I could have, and I thought about it, and to be 100% honest, I got about 5 blocks away from here, and then I came back, and which is when I saw you talking to the other one. Like, this feels like, you know, that scene in those old Hollywood movies where they're all going in this suicide mission and they know that they're not coming back, kind of thing. And is that kind of what we got going on?
It's possible. But that is always a possibility. We may be immortal for all intents and purposes, but that is what makes the potential end so vital. We could have eternity. We could watch this world die and be reborn and die again.
I'm kind of new to all this, so like I haven't really wrapped my head around the whole concept of eternity or anything like that yet. Like, you know, in my head, I'm still not going to make it past 55, you know, with my diet. But so you're saying
Thomas,
that you yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You could see 55. You could see 155, 500, 1,000.
I'm just wondering what the point of that is, if it just makes you want to get high by risking it all.
I mean, eternity without risk would be terribly droll, don't you think? Besides, the ones who were meant to lead us have turned their back. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's just the fact that I've spent far too much time with Alexander, but I don't like being betrayed. It makes me angry. And when I get angry, I tend to break shit.
Yeah, I saw that last night when you punched that Corniche. And that Corniche ain't getting up anytime soon, let me tell you. It's all good. I know, I'm just curious. Just, you know, kind of new to all this, like I said. And, you know, just kind of trying to get my bearings and all that. But, I feel kind of funny now that I drank from that cup. Like, I feel like everyone's just, I don't know, just like everyone more. So I'm assuming that had something to do with it. But yeah, it's a go gang.
You get used to it.
What's with the sickly looking one there that you brought back? That really Alexander's kid?
Don't let him hear you say that.
I don't even want to be in the same room as him, to be honest.
Yes, that is Miriam. That is Alexander's child.
She looks a little peaked. You alright?
That is a loaded question.
I mean, are we alright? Alright, hey, let me just go make sure that my laptop battery's charged up, because I did that once. I showed up at we were doing this raid, right, with Aegis, and I usually have like 2 batteries, and So he goes on for like about 10 minutes about his batteries as he's packing his kit.
And he turns around and Kellen's gone.
You all head out, geared up, ready to rock and roll, as they say. The rest of the pack gathers up in a van, and they're going to drive up and start a ruckus up front. Going with you, of course, are Thomas and Prudence, and Mosaic is going with you also, and the three of you. As you're driving over, Prudence will tell you that she remembers that there were, when they started building underground, and there were tunnels to access so that the people could build. But then once the building, that part was finished, they sealed those tunnels up so that people couldn't access them. But when they escaped, she remembers, but this was in 74, when they escaped the first time, there were tunnels that had been left like access shafts. So unless they've in recent weeks gone down and closed them, Prudence says that she can probably guide you at least to the lower levels, and then from there we'll have to figure it out. She doesn't really know the layout of the place beyond that. Thomas is on his computer hacking away, says there's nowhere any plans for this place, nothing like that. He's not going to be able to do anything from the outside, but once you're inside, he should be able to handle things like alarms and security cameras and things of that nature as you go along. If there's anything of that sort that kind of impedes your progress, he'll take care of it.
Our priority will be to get you to a security room so you can monitor the situation. There's no reason for you to be on the front lines, and you can probably do the most damage from there. And from there, we'll look for Annabelle, and then we'll kill her. And we'll also look for your patron, Miriam, shall we call him?
Reynard. Yeah, patron, I guess. Friend also works just fine.
You don't expect him to be at the pyramid, obviously, but
yeah. I hope he's not here. I hope he's safe somewhere else, but a lot can happen in 3 weeks.
Let's go kill an old friend.
Maybe I should stay with Thomas.
Why?
They took my blood. I don't want to be a liability if it comes down to it. I don't want you to have to fight me and try to kill Annabelle. If I'm out of sight, then maybe they just won't think about me and I can keep the baby safe, you know.
Am I the baby?
Yeah, you're the baby. You're definitely the baby. I'm allowed to say that now because I'm not the youngest anymore, so.
Miriam, if you turn on us, we'll stake you. But you're one of us.
Okay, that's not as comforting as I think you intended to be, but I get the point.
He doesn't really do comfort, Miriam.
If that's what... Yeah, no, I got that. If you want me there, then I'll be there, but...
I'll pat your head and say there when it's all over.
Okay.
Kellen just shakes their head. It's like, this son of a bitch.
The car moves quietly through the wet streets, tires whispering over the asphalt. Montreal slides past outside the tinted windows. The city washed pale and tired by rain. It's late October and the air feels heavy, the kind that clings to skin and glass alike. The drizzle has turned to mist now, but the world still shimmers with a strange, uneasy glow. And then, through the fog, it appears. The building rises ahead like something that shouldn't exist. A pyramid, but wrong. It's wider at the front and back than at the sides, a warped geometry that seems to bend the air around it. Every surface is made of glass. Glass with a darkness so deep on the edges that it seems to drink in the light, yet under certain angles it sparkles silver. The few reflections that manage to appear on its face twist and crawl at lights of vehicles from the nearby highway, stretching into veins of cold silver that vanish before the eye can settle. You drive around, awe and dread beginning to coil together in your throat. It's not something that you can pinpoint why it's happening, but the closer you get to the pyramid, the more you feel it. The thing itself is enormous. Its base is sprawling. You imagine that its foundations burrow deep, deep, deep beneath the city, pushing through old stone, through forgotten tunnels and buried bones. It feels like more than just a building. It feels like a turning point. Like the city has finally built something that will tell it the truth about itself. A litmus test of sorts. The car drives around the back. There used to be a hippodrome here where there used to be horse races. And the remnants of the hippodrome are still there. The girders and cement blocks. Prudence guides the car around to the side and the back. You hear the first sound of gunfire, which is rare here in Montreal to hear that kind of stuff. But the frontal assault has begun. You eventually manage to pull out underneath some of the rusted out girders of what used to be the hippodrome, and you can see what used to be the entrance to some of the stables underground. Looks like it's been barred. There are cement blocks in front of it and things of that sort. Prudence gets out of the car and cracks her neck and says, "Wait here a second." Lops on down the ramp. Moves over. With nary an effort, breaks chains that are holding the doors closed. As she does, she pauses for a second and listens. And pushes the door open with a grinding noise of rusted metal grinding on stone, and emotions to the lot of you.
Alexander moves forward first.
Mr. Poe, knock it off.
I know, right?
He wants to be involved so badly.
Mr. Poe's like, "I am hearing me roar." Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, if the intention is to infiltrate, then I imagine we have all popped on our ill-gotten tactical gear.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, whatever you figure you need. Prudence will guide you through a set of tunnels. Once you get inside, it's clear that this entire area was revamped at some point. There are immense industrial elevators, there are ramps, stairwells leading down, all of it covered with a fair amount of dust. I hadn't seen use in a long while. But fairly unerringly, she guides you down. You avoid the elevators, the service elevators and the cargo elevators, making your way down through stairwells, maintenance stairwells that lead down into deeper shafts. And after going down quite a bit, you eventually find shafts that run off into what you assume is the direction of the pyramid. As you're traveling through these, Thomas will find here and there indication of security, alarms, things of that nature. Without too much difficulty, the former tech expert from Aegis dismantles most of it. He'll tell you that a lot of it is old. None of this has been updated in quite a while, and in some cases, in fact, it's so analog that he just looks at Kellen to punch the thing, and smashing it to pieces does the job. As you're approaching, I'm going to ask whoever would be out front. I don't know who would be up there, but
Alexander, of course. Ventry lead.
Yeah, it's probably honestly Alexander and then Kellen, like just at his left shoulder, formation style.
So you can go ahead and give me wits and awareness, both of you. Oh, actually, before we do even that, how about everyone gives me rouse checks?
Fuck off. That is a rousing success.
Rousing success, what you did there.
It's a no success.
Ooh,
for me.
Womp womp.
That hunger gnawed at you.
Which is funny because I still have 2.
Ooh. You realize you probably should have stopped for a bite, but too late now.
There'll be food here.
We'll see what happens. You were going to say something, Miriam?
Yeah, I think I'm a little, how you say, paranoid right now.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing who we're dealing with, I'd love to pop Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
As we walk through this place, which is luckily free, and I don't have to do another rouse check.
Excellent. Go ahead, the other two, and give me your wits plus awareness roll.
3 successes.
Varl, I'm gonna give myself one of my things to add 2 dice to my before I roll, just in case.
I had to willpower it, but that was 4 successes.
Cool.
Okay.
I have to look at the dice chart for what dice mean. That is 5 successes for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Any of them little onks with pips?
No.
Oh, interesting.
No.
The lot of you will hear the sound of footsteps approaching. And I want to specify that they're not people. People are trying to be stealthy, but you're pretty sure one of them is wearing high heels. So you're not thinking it's guards, but there's definitely the footsteps of several people coming your way.
I give the hand signal for everyone to fade and take cover and get out of sight.
You pull off to the sides, try to find little places. Go ahead and give me dexterities and stealths.
I am going to rouse the blood.
Three.
5 successes.
You manage to fade away, and you watch as, after a moment, 3 kindred come by. They have that furtive look to them, like they're trying to get out of this place, perhaps without being seen or in a bit of a hurry. You see one one woman, very well dressed with like an evening dress, like a beautiful red evening dress with a beautiful necklace and the high heels, the aforementioned high heels. With her is a young black woman wearing like a varsity jacket and some jeans. And with them is a tall man with red hair and a red beard, with a turtleneck under a jacket. And the three of them slip through. The first one in high heels, is not very silent. The other two manage to be pretty silent as they slip through. They're very clearly kindred, and you get the sense that the third one, the man, is a little older than the other two, but they don't seem to notice you, as they are pretty intent on getting the bejesus out of here, and they roll out. However, they don't go the way you came. They take another tunnel down, and they seem to be heading further down into the tunnels below the city.
After they slip out, go down the tunnel, I step out of the shadows. I wonder who those people were.
You can hear the echo of explosions and gunfire emanating now from down the corridor. Whoever they were definitely not friends of the place, but they're gone now, and you continue on your way towards the end of this hall and the sounds that you're hearing. You cross in the end through this broad, very dark room. Miriam, you have Sense the Unseen on.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach what appears to be a set of large double door, very kind of high-tech, plasticky looking, but definitely not plastic, kind of blast door kind of situations that appear to be somewhat ajar. You see a shadow move next to the door, and you notice a presence lurking there. It is somewhat unsettling. It doesn't appear to be human as you know it.
Mm-hmm.
It has, in fact, a kind of demonic look about it, but it doesn't seem to be like guarding or waiting to ambush you or anything. It seems to be lost.
I think Miriam reaches forward and tugs on Kellen's sleeve quickly.
What?
And just very quietly. There's something here.
Alexander halts when he senses Kellen's words.
Don't give away
And
my
turns.
secret.
I think it's fine. I think we can just I think we can keep going. I think it's fine. I don't think it's here for us.
What is it?
Miriam gives you this look like you expect me to know. She doesn't say it out loud. But that's the look that you're getting right now.
Her face says it. Bro.
Fair. What does it look like?
It looks like a human lacking a lot of features.
It's a shadow.
Oh. Well. Wouldn't it be the first time? And I start walking again.
Yeah, no, that's kind of par for the course around here.
You did good, kid.
You owe me.
Fuck!
And then Mira's gonna keep walking.
You push through the doors. You find yourselves in a wide circular room, red and white light alternating. The floor beneath you is transparent. Beneath it, you see a miasma of flesh-colored liquid, thick and unctuous, moving about slowly. Occasionally, you see a face appear, or an arm, or the back of some unfortunate soul trapped inside the goo. The roof above your head points in the tip of a black pyramid, inverted. And just below the point, in the center of the room, the flesh glob spills through an opening. The smell in the room is fleshy, thick, sweet, and somewhat intoxicating, with a faint trace of something rotten just beneath the surface. There is, in the image that I'm showing, a silhouette just to give you a sense of scale. The tip of the inverted pyramid descends from the roof above your head, pointing at the center on the floor. Black lightning, dark purple and red in places, roils inside and on the outside of it. In the hole at the center of the floor, you see something moving, but you're not close enough yet to see exactly what is down there.
This sounds like an SCP, someone else's problem.
Is that really what you think it is, Alex?
Who said that?
You recognize the voice of Annabelle.
Balls.
I look around for her.
I'll be down presently, but there's a gift for you in the center of the room.
Goody gumdrops.
It might interest Miriam also.
He walks towards the center of the room slowly.
You're not actually going to listen to
Miriam
that
does
decrepit
not.
bitch, are you?
Humor me.
Fuck me.
You approach the center, the hole in the center of the floor. Inside is what appears to be an amniotic sac, pulsing and moving. Inside the sac, you see a shape like a fetus but adult size.
I draw my knife.
You kneel down and cut through the sack, and inside, Miriam takes a deep breath and looks up at you. Her face is covered by the liquid of the hole. She is all hunched up in fetal position in this bag, naked as the day she was born, and she looks up and she goes, "Are you real? Is it really you?" Is it you? I don't know what's real anymore.
Hey, Blake.
Yes.
The Miriam who's with us.
Mm-hmm.
What's she doing?
I don't know. What is the Miriam? That's what you doing.
I'm freaking out right now, man. What the hell was that?
Listen.
Miriam is like frozen.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here. This place is hell. And she starts trying to crawl out of this pit.
Alexander, that's not. I'm not. That's not. Kellen.
I look at our Miriam and at Flesh Sack Miriam.
totally identical. Flesh sack Miriam, for lack of a better word, is pulling herself out and is getting herself up, and she like looks around and sees Miriam. Goes, "Who the hell is that?"
I put myself between the two of them, keeping my eye on the new one.
Alex, what's going on, Alex? I didn't think you'd come for me. I've been in there for too long. It's a literal hell in there. It's literal hell.
I look at old Miriam and then back at new Miriam.
One of the beauties of the injector weapons created by Aegis, says Annabelle, is that they're not only injectors, they swap one liquid for another. So even if a target turns to ash, they can recover enough blood that Kalome, with her magic, can reproduce as much as she wants. This has been useful to create soldiers for the base ranks, but also to create exact duplicates. Impossible to differentiate perfect copies, difficult to do though, and reserved only for special occasions.
I'm glad I qualify as a special occasion.
Don't think too highly of yourself, Alex. This is more about her than about you, but having you here is pleasant nonetheless. We've been making neonates for the ranks, but look at Miriam. Even good old Daddy Alexander was fooled. Or was he? You hear scraping of metal on metal as a door opens and you watch Annabelle walk into the room. She is hauling behind her sword. She's wearing body armor. He steps into the room.
Do you know how life is like art?
Enlighten me.
It involves drawing a line somewhere.
Where are you going to draw this one?
And I, if I can, take my blade and I behead the new Miriam.
Go ahead and roll. Miriam, would you please, for me, roll your... I'm assuming Miriam's going to attempt to dodge. So go ahead. I'm going to say actually that she's surprised and can't dodge. So I'm going to have you, Miriam, give me a stamina roll and any fortitude that you have.
Matt?
Stamina, sure.
And any fortitude that you have.
And any fortitude that I have.
Yeah, do you have any fortitude? Do you have any fortitude?
Yeah, I've got three pips of fortitude.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's fortitude and what was the other one? Stamina?
Yeah.
Is this me or is this not me? Do I use my thing to give myself 2 additional dice? Considering you got, 8 successes? I think I should probably do it.
8
to give myself... I literally can't get 8 successes here. So this is, it's... Even if I got a success on every single roll, I would not be able to get 8 successes. So,
I mean, you could always crit.
Okay, that is 3 successes. So,
you have any potence, Alexander?
No.
The blade of the knife bites deep into the neck. How much health do you have, Miriam?
Oh, 8. All of it.
The blade bites quite deep, and you get a good shot in. A good chunk of the throat is sliced, cut open by the knife, as with a look of utter horror, Miriam looks at you and recoils away from you, clutching at her neck, blood spurting out of it, crawls onto the floor, not dead, but seriously injured. Why did you do that? Why? And she tries to backpedal and get away from you. Annabelle says, I don't know how many times I told you to get a bigger blade, Alex.
This one I like.
Why would you do that? Alex, why would you do that? As she clutches at her throat, blood just spurting out. She's trying to heal herself, but the blood is just gushing everywhere. What do you
As
do?
a mercy, Miriam. As a mercy.
I would never call him Alex. I've never called him Alex.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't call you Alex.
No. Copies have imperfections.
Are you going
That's
to
what
finish
she
her?
calls you.
What was that story time?
Are you going to finish her?
Yes.
You bend down with the knife and finish the job. The head stays in your hand and then rolls to the floor as you drop it. The body leaks out the rest of its blood. Todd, give me a rouse check, please.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, Annabelle says, Kellen, as you likely know, we have Asher's blood.
That's
Another fail, by the way.
Yeah. So I heard.
Well, what's it going to be? I call upon the right of monomacy. Alexander.
You are not true Sabbat. You do not have the right eye to
Oh,
call
but you
upon.
are. Aren't you? You don't.
Yes. I am. I am as he made me. As you made me. I am true and you are not, and you do not have the succor of the right eye.
You know it's not gonna matter. You know what I can do. We've been in enough battles together. Do you really think that this paltry group will stand in front of me? You don't even know what I've become since the last time you saw me fight. What Kalome can do with her magic.
Are you such a coward to call upon one of the awakened?
Kalome is very big on the family. You and Miriam are part of that. And she has decided that, for reasons all her own, she would like to have her family with her. And so, there is room for you here. And we can avoid a lot of this unpleasantness. You need a new home, Alexander. The Sabbat is no more. It's gone. It's finished.
I keep hearing that.
Kellen will make an exception for you, of course. We can bring you in also and give you back Asher.
That's quite a promise. thing is, I know Asher. Knew Asher. He was a part of me, and I was a part of them. Blood of my blood, bone of my bone. And no paltry fucking copy will ever take the place of what I had.
Some of us actually believe in things, Annabelle. Some of us have faith. Faith in our friends, faith in our lovers. You wouldn't understand that. Not anymore. How many decades have you betrayed us?
Several, since the 70s.
The bills come due.
Indeed. Miriam, girl, come here. Don't go down with them. You want to see your father again? You want to see Loran again? We can give them all back to you. This is not your family, these mongrels. They want only one thing: to die for the glory of who knows. Is that what you want? Or do you want them to find a life again with your wife? Your father, your mother grieves terribly to lose both you and him in the same year. The poor woman's devastated. Imagine if she could see you both walk into the door again.
I don't want to die, but I don't know what your idea of family is. I don't know if it's a vampire thing or a Sabbat thing or just what happens to you when you're like this forever. But family doesn't do this to each other. Family doesn't put each other through the pain in the first place and then try to salve it with cheap magic tricks and copies. Maybe you can bring my father back. Maybe you can bring Loren back, but that does not take away what's happened in the first place.
Do you feel like a cheap copy, Miriam?
Shut up. You want to get in my head?
I think we would leave the real Miriam on that spike.
Then I'm already dead. So come get me, you massive bitch.
That's my girl.
Well, I'm here. If you want to honor the right of monomacy, then I guess I get to kill all of you.
You shall eat only ashes.
They'll be yours.
It's nice to want things. Let's kill this bitch.
Can I activate Fleetness Storyteller?
You can. As you call upon your blood and activate your powers and what have you, Prudence yells, "Finally, we're done with the talk," and you see her transform, and you've not really seen that yet, but her skin ripples, fur erupts in patches along her flesh, her spine bends, her arms elongate, become long, twisted arms, the fingers turning into these wicked, sharp, twisted claws, her face elongating into this muzzle, and in moments, a 9-foot-tall, gangrenous-looking werewolf leaps forward towards Annabelle. My friends, what do you wish to do?
If possible, considering it looks like Prudence is might be the second half of this tag team that I think is going on. I would like to be able to essentially, I want to link up with Prudence. I want to take Annabelle down like a pair of wolves might a deer. I don't intend to get close for long, but when I do, I want to make the hits count. So
painting the scene, you were all basically maybe about 30 or 40 feet away from Annabelle as she came in from the other side of the room. Initiative, priority, surprise attackers, which are none, then close combat, already engaged, which there are none, then ranged combat. So anyone wanting to close range or close distance or to use range, is there anyone in the crew that would do that? I'm assuming, Laura, this means that you want to close in with
fleetness.
Excellent. Anybody else using anything like that or want to use anything that's ranged?
I am rushing forward, firing the rifle that we got from the Aegis agents.
Perfect. Go ahead, and as you are doing range, what are you doing, Miriam? Let's just figure out what everyone's doing, then we'll do some rolls.
Yeah, I intend to close range, but before I do that, I still have Sense the Unseen up, so I'm just taking a little peek-see, making sure we are, in fact, the only ones interfering with this fight.
I would say that you feel that there is, in fact, another presence here, but it doesn't seem to be manifest or hostile in any way. There's just kind of a presence observing.
Okay.
Go ahead, firearms and dexterity, Alexander.
2 successes.
2 successes. Your bullets rip out across the room. Their echo just blasting out in this strange metal enclosed room, bouncing off the walls. The bullets hit her. She is wearing, as I said when she came in, some sort of very Aegis-like kind of armor, and the bullets hit her, and she kind of takes a step back, but they don't seem to have done much to her. She just kind of smiles through it, and you're charging forward as that's happening. Go ahead, Kellen, as you and Prudence close the distance towards her.
I will also rouse the blood again to just add 2 extra dice to everything.
Okay.
That's a success. Oh, that's a lot of dice. Hold on. Shit. Oh, goddamn. Okay. 6 successes.
Okay. Hold on to that for now. I'm going to make my rolls. I have 7 successes. As you jump at her, and she doesn't move for a moment, and you can see she doesn't seem to be worried about Prudence, and just as you're coming in at her, she almost effortlessly with one hand spins this huge double-bladed two-handed sword that she has and catches you just before you reach her, the blade hitting you right in the stomach and start pushing you over. Now there's only one extra success on that, so it's probably not going to do damage to you, but it batters you over to the side and you roll down to the ground, sort of pushed back by this blow. Prudence jumps, and just as she's about to kind of come in on this pincer movement with you on Annabelle looks at her and goes, "You don't turn on family, Prudence." And you watch Miriam, since you are behind, as that inverted pyramid, the electricity around it, that dark purple, black, red electricity, starts to roil around, and you see bolts of it shoot out and wrap around Prudence and drag her across the ground all the way underneath it and drop her in the hole where you had come from just before. You watch her long claws come out and grab onto the side of the hole as she tries to pull herself in, and this goo just kind of wraps over her. That electricity, that magical power, still kind of hammering her down, and she looks at you, and you can see she's starting to change back into her human form as her eyes go wide, and she gets dragged back down into the pit of hell that is beneath that pyramid. Hey Kayla, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you coming in.
Time for it.
We are in the middle of some fisticuffs over here, in the bottom of this pyramid. Miriam, did you move in addition to doing your sense the unseen? Hey.
No, I didn't move initially. No.
So you're in the back. You see that. You see her kind of get dragged in. Thomas has vanished. You don't see him anywhere.
That's fine.
You see out of the corner of your eye, you see Mosaic, who's like on the side of the room, and it's kind of very gingerly, very slowly, very quietly kind of making her way around the room, kind of trying to stay out of range of things, but she's clearly kind of maneuvering to try and come up behind.
Okay.
Back up to the top. Anyone doing anything at range?
Mm-hmm.
I have no range. I fight.
As everyone picks themselves up, then, are you going to do anything at range, Miriam? Or since you are the one that's at range right now?
No, but at the top of turn, I'm going to close. And what I'm going to try to do is, it seems like the 2 attacks came up from the top, from Kellen and Prudence, Rip to Prudence. I think Miriam's going to try to duck under and drag her machete across the back of Annabelle's knees.
Okay. So everyone is going in kind of all at the same time doing melee. What are you doing, Alexander?
I'm going to do something slightly unusual. I'm going to try to put myself between any swings at my packmates and Annabelle's sword.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right. So let's go ahead and let's make some rolls, everyone. You don't have to make any rolls for that, Alex, unless you get hit. Alexander, unless you get hit. So you can stay chill for a moment.
Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, what would we call a machete? A nimble weapon or a heavy weapon?
Probably a heavy weapon. It's meant to chop more than it is to...
Okay. Perfect. All right.
I'll do a rouse check.
That's 3 successes from me.
6 with a crit.
6 with a crit. That's nice. My Ross check failed. Actually, I get to retake it because my buttons. Okay. All right. So remind me. You said 3 successes. I'm going to do this a little bit differently because it's kind of this group rule, and I don't want to get too bogged down into a bit of detail. So you got 3 successes. How many did you get, Kellen? Sorry.
6 with a crit.
6 with a crit. All right. Miriam, you come in swinging with your machete, and you get a hit on her, but it doesn't seem to do much damage as the armor that she's wearing kind of absorbs it. Kellen, however, with 6 successes, since she's not attempting to dodge or parry, you will do damage. Are you doing aggravated or regular damage?
I've got prowess.
So that allows you to do aggravated damage. Okay.
Which means I can add half of my potence rating rounded up to melee damage.
Okay. Can you describe what you did to her as you do some damage? So.
I think if Miriam is trying to take out her Achilles tendons, Kellen attacks from the front, and as if Annabelle's trying to thrust forward, I want to get the shoulder that she's got the main grip on her sword. I'm going for the tender bits.
All right, so you grab onto her arm and you start crushing and sort of pulling, and you can peer through the armor and you get some flesh and you feel some bone snapping, and you can see that you're hindering her as she screams, but her full intention was on Alexander, and Alexander, you took the full brunt. So do you want to try to dodge, or what do you want to do, Alexander?
I will attempt to block.
All right, go for it.
Three successes.
3 successes. You block with your blade. You attempt to block with your blade.
No, with my arm.
With your arm, you raise up your arm. Her blade comes crashing down. You feel the bone snap as the blade goes right through it, doing 4 aggravated damage, and plowing down into you and striking you. And you fall kind of down to your knee as your arm is not severed, but it's it got
Point of order.
Yes.
What is the damage bonus on her sword?
The damage bonus on her sword is +3.
It breaks. I have shatter.
Oh, sweet. Her sword comes down on your arm and shatters into a dozen pieces. Pieces of the blade flying everywhere as you stand there with your arm up. And she seems a little bit miffed by this. And she says, it looks like we have to do this the old way. You hear behind you, there's someone talking, or there's a voice, there's something that's happening behind you. But it's quite unclear what it is. If you decide you want to pay attention to it this turn, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go back around to the round and tell me what you want to do, as you are now all 4 of you engaged in melee together.
I will get hungrier as I activate feral weapons. Kellen's fingernails grow and curl into thick, almost talon-like claws. I'm gonna take this bitch's eyes.
What are you doing, Miriam?
I think seeing Alexander still took the damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was aggravated.
Yeah, seeing that happen, I think Miriam's going to use Valerin to heal Alexander. a vampire projects their own fortitude outward, willing the power of their blood to mend the injured body of another vampire.
Ooh. Schmexy. How does that work?
I roll intelligence fortitude against difficulty 2.
Does it heal aggravated damage? I guess is the question I should ask.
Mend a number of superficial health damage levels equal to the margin on the roll. Alternatively, the user mends 1 aggravated health damage level for every 3 successes in the margin.
Oh, okay, there you go. So I figured it would be something like that. So go ahead and make your roll.
So I have to do a rouse check as well. And surely I won't fail it again. I didn't fail it again, guys.
Nice. Remember, you have night move also, right?
Yes. So I'm going to do intelligent fortitude. I have 1 night move. Yeah, I'll use my 1 night move to give myself some extra dice. That is only 2 successes, which is unfortunate. Because
Willpower.
Yeah, you can willpower and reroll up to 3 failures.
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Silverest just gave you a hail also, which gives you another night move, Miriam.
Thank you so much, Silver. Okay. Remind me how willpower works. I just roll that.
Yeah, just click on
reroll 3
demiplane.
dice.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Huh?
On demiplane, what you're going to do is you're going to click off 1 willpower, and then you're going to go into the dice thing, and you're going to choose 3 regular dice. And just roll that.
Got it.
There might be a shortcut way of doing it, but I don't know. I never
Okay, so
played
that's an
character.
additional 2 successes. So that's a total of 4.
Excellent. So you do heal 1 aggravated damage. Describe to us, Miriam, what this looks like.
It's so strange having a body that's not your own that bleeds your own blood nearby. And I think it is sort of a case of that connection still exists. And strangely, Miriam extends a hand out to Alexander as if to in panic because he's been hurt, and some of that blood that's pooled by this body that is not hers and yet is shoots up towards Alexander and seems to form some sort of like makeshift splint.
Oh, excellent. As this is going on, Alexander, what is going to be your action this turn?
Sweep the leg with my knife.
And as you go to do that, she says, "That's my blood in your veins, Alexander. I want it back." And she's going to grab you and try to bite you.
The bold
Post roll.
move.
Can I take her eyes first?
Did you make your roll?
I did.
Okay, give me your roll.
That's gonna be 7 successes.
That's all successes. You reach out for her face and her eyes. So all this is happening at the same time, just so we're clear, so that even though you're going to do the damage to her, she's still going to get to do her action, because all this is simultaneous. You reach out and you grab her, and your hands start to dig into her face. So she has a lot of fortitude, so she is kind of resisting some of it, but you do feel some give, and you do kind of get your hands in there, and you start pulling at her face and doing damage. You hear bones snap.
Honestly, if it's simpler, it's literally just like a feral creature just clawing for her face.
Absolutely. All right. And Alexander, what was your roll?
4.
All right, I got 5. So as you reach down to sweep, she grabs you and sinks her teeth into you. Now, Kellen is on her and clawing at her face. So all of this is kind of happening at the same time. So she grabs you and sinks her teeth in you. doing 1 aggravated damage, which I'm assuming you're going to be able to get rid of.
Yes. Well, no, not ag. I do not have Defy Bane.
So
however, her fangs break.
The fangs.
And she does. By the rules, her fangs break.
She bites down and tears at the skin, and you feel her fangs kind of break as she keeps kind of gnawing and trying to bite at you.
And she takes 1 level of damage.
Okay. You hear, again, strange noises coming behind you. At this point, you are on top of her, Kellen, and you're ripping her apart. She's holding on to Alexander. She doesn't have the grasping thing, that she just only has lethal body and prowess. Her hands are turning into claws, but she's very damaged at this point as you're kind of piling on her, and she's just trying to like sort of rip at Alexander. What are you all going to do on this turn?
How long's her hair, Storyteller?
She has long hair.
Cool.
Right now I would say it's probably like in a ponytail or something, but she has long hair.
Cool. Can I use that ponytail to crank her neck back?
Absolutely.
And bite.
Strength and brawl. What are you doing, Miriam?
I'm paranoid, so I'm looking behind us.
Okay. And Alexander, what are you going to do as you're wrestling with her on the ground?
I think that I'm going to bite her back.
All right. Excellent. So, both of you give me strength plus brawl.
Can I use my grappling specialty?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a lot of fucking dice. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 with a crit.
That's a lot of damage. Alexander?
3. So I'm there for emotional support with the soak.
You can like grab her by the chin and push.
Miriam, to the sound of someone crunching and feasting on flesh and bone and blood at your feet.
Oh, brother.
As Kellen devours Annabelle, you watch in the direction of the fleshy pit as Prudence has begun extracting herself from it. You hear a voice, and you immediately recognize the voice as being Calome's, but it is somewhat different. Slightly robotic, distant, kinder almost. And as the creature that was Prudence emerges from the fleshy pit, which I love saying that, you see that she's separating into two. Her body is starting to morph, and you can see a woman who looks not unlike Prudence, but smaller and a bit less kind of feral looking, is separating from what looks to be a man who has long dark hair and a beard, and the wolven aspects stay with the man as he sort of splits apart from her, and she is just a fully human, and he is sort of half werewolf, half man, with one of his arms still being in the shape of a claw. You notice that the gangrenous aspect of the werewolf that was Prudence is gone. What's left behind is just this pure black fur that's just right now covered in this goop. And you don't recognize any of these people. Like I said, Prudence still sort of looks like Prudence. But the man himself, you don't recognize. You've never seen him. And as he lays on his back, you can tell that the voice that is Kalome's but different is talking to him and is soothing him and is talking to him almost like a lover would. Helen, are you dealberizing?
I was promised a soul, yes.
Very well. So let's handle that and see how that turns. Alexander, you watch as your sire is being devoured by Kellen at your feet. Let's do the rolls on that, and then we'll see. So you have to do, in order to succeed, you have to make strength and resolve tests. Difficulty of 3.
Oh.
Equal.
I rolled the wrong thing.
Strength and resolve test, difficulty of 3, equal to the victim's blood potency. So you have to do a number of them equal to her blood potency. So start making those tests and tell me how it goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 successes.
Excellent. You basically finish draining her completely.
That is 5 successes.
Excellent. I have to do another one. As you're now feeling her inner soul sort of fighting you and trying to hold back as it slowly you're siphoning into you.
6 successes.
6 successes. Excellent. Give me another one.
Essentially what happens, Kellen has wrapped this woman's hair around her fist, around her wrist, has her head cranked back as far as it will go, and has latched on like a rabid dog. I lost count. 4.
Excellent. You feel something let go in her. The body in front of you turns to ash immediately as you feel something more than blood fill you. You have one more roll to give me. You have to give me a humanity plus, or path, whatever, plus blood potency.
What's my fucking... So... I've got humanity 4, blood potency 2. So 6 dice?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put those away. 1, 2, 3. 4 successes?
4 successes. You lose 3 humanity. Does that bring you to 0?
That brings me to 1.
You're lucky because at 0, her mind would have replaced yours. As it is, you feel her basically move into your house and start redecorating the place and moving furniture around, and just as she's about to get to the last room, her presence attenuates. For a moment, you were completely lost. You were a prisoner in your own mind. Somebody else was there and was threatening to take control, worse than the beast ever has. But you just manage to get by. However, you lose 1 humanity for the act of diablerie. And I am going to be nice and say that you lose that after this roll is done. But you are at 0 humanity. You feel for a moment, Kellen, after that moment passes where she is almost taken control of you, you manage to beat her back just in time. And just as you push her back and close the door and lock it, you feel incredibly sad for a moment. You feel like you are looking up at the sky looking up at the stars and the moon, the only sunlight you will ever see again. And one by one, they start to wink out. And you feel this fleeting moment of grace, what Asher always reached for, always longed for, gets swallowed up by a sky that is now completely dark, as the last shred of humanity leaves your soul. Alexander, what are you doing?
What do I see?
You watch Helen triumphant, exulting for a brief moment, power running through her. And then they deflate, falling to their knees. There's a sense of emptiness there. You have seen this before. You've seen this happen before. Whatever beast is inside of her, you know, will now have uninhibited access to her. Will, for all intents and purposes, in the next little while, completely consume them, take them over. They may have a few nights still, but their time is counted now. And soon there will only be the beast in the body that was once Kellen.
I take the stake out from my back belt. I come up behind them as they're kneeling, and I punch it through their heart.
I will take this silence to mean that Kellen does not fight you as you do this. Crumbles face first into the pile of ash that was Annabelle, the ash of the body sticking to the blood on Kellen's face and hands and mouth.
I pick her up, and I turn to look at what's going on with Miriam and the beast.
You get a strange feeling, Alexander. You get this feeling that someone somewhere is disappointed. This was supposed to be you. There was a storyline here, a plan. You were supposed to do what Kellen has done. And now, Kellen has taken your place in this narrative. Feel a sense of disappointment out there. Someone's plans not working out the way they wanted them to.
It is by my grace, not yours, that I shall live, I think to myself.
Miriam?
Yeah?
What is Miriam doing?
Miriam was distracted by this decoupling of the entity that she knew to be Prudence, and hearing Kalame's voice again is, I think she'd separated herself from the group and started walking towards this werewolf on the ground, trying to get a better idea of what Kalme is saying.
As you approach, you hear this voice that is like Kalome's, but not her. Says she's found a way to store all the paradox created by her magic in here. In this pyramid is intimately connected to the call. If it were to be destroyed, and the man looks up and says, "Okay, Dr. Shaw. I miss you." And the voice says, "I miss you too, Luke." And as you approach, the man turns to you and he picks up the woman that looks like Prudence and he brings her to you, Miriam. Because her name's Lena Roman. She's innocent in all this.
Do you know me?
No. I've been gone for a while. I have vague memories of you, seeing you. I was part of what Prudence was. When we fell in here, we merged somehow in this call. Whatever Dr. Shaw did separated us again. She only wanted to do good, you know.
Maybe Dr. Shaw did, but I don't think Dr. Shaw's been around for a long time.
She's still here in this building. She was waiting for this. Waiting for someone to come and listen to her voice and remember who she was, rather than what she became. You should leave now. This is bound to have some dramatic effects.
The two of you should leave as well. This
Someone
is not
has to
your
stay behind to
fight
do this.
anymore.
Take Lena with
To
you.
do- What are you going to do exactly?
Whatever I can to tear that thing down before they come and try to stop me. And you see him slowly start to shapeshift again. It's hesitant, it's halting, like someone who hasn't been able to do this for a while, but soon enough, there is a 10-foot tall werewolf in front of you with the head of a Egyptian jackal.
I take Lena sort of into my arms and give a bit of a halting nod.
There were two others, Vince and Kilgrave. They're not what they seem. If you encounter them, don't trust them. They're shapeshifters, demons.
I don't recognize those names. If they're shapeshifters, then
Best if you leave now.
good luck.
You as well.
May your death be good. Let's get out of here.
You were carrying
Yes.
Kellen's body, and you were carrying Elena Roman, and you realize Mosaic's gone. Thomas appears at the door, coming out of his obfuscate. Says, I've been monitoring what's going on upstairs. They've pushed back the others. There's going to be security coming down here momentarily. We need to skedaddle. Is she going to be okay?
We'll discuss that later. Let's go.
All right. I'll lock doors behind us as we run.
Run we shall.
You head out back into the tunnels, and the blast doors lock behind you under Thomas's ministrations, and you find your way back out easy enough. You get to the point where the other kindred that you met earlier kept going, whereas you went up. Do you go up or do you keep going?
We'll go back the way we came.
You go back up through the stairwell, several floors up, and you eventually emerge again in that cargo loading area and make your way through the door. The sound of gunfire has vanished. There are no more explosions or anything else. You have no clue what's become of the others, but the vehicle is still there. You drop the bodies in them and pile in, and who's driving?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
You peel out of there. Where do you go? What do you do?
Head back to the Haven. We have friends to say goodbye to.
You keep an eye out to make sure you're not being followed. You don't seem to be. You feel at a certain point a tremor in the ground, like a mid-sized earthquake. Nothing to bring anything toppling down, but you definitely feel it, even in the car, and you can see cars swerving and people pulling off the side of the road and looking around confused for a little bit, but you eventually make your way back to the standard. Ditch the car, park out back. You have bodies to carry in. None of the others have come back. You make your way inside. Thomas is like, I'll monitor comms traffic and see what's going on.
Yes, do what you do. I take Kellen's body upstairs.
Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry. Yeah.
Actually, there is something else you can do while you're busy. The woman, Lena, she's going to need help, I think. I don't know anything about her besides the fact that she's been joined with a werewolf named Luke for a while. So I imagine she's going to need a lot of help. So I don't know what you learned at Aegis, but if you could...
Well, they told us that there were werewolves around, but I'd never seen one until today, and I gotta tell, I'm pretty shook too.
Yeah, I hadn't seen one either. Not a real one. Anyway, I saw like fake illusion ones, which was crazy.
Something. All right. Yeah. I mean, okay. I think I know someone I might talk to. I'll give Claudia a call.
And you don't owe me any favors or anything, but I have a feeling you're probably going to be sticking around. If you could just check in on how my human mother is doing, and maybe, I don't know, sending her a message is probably the stupidest thing I could do, but I just want to know how she is.
Well, give me a name and I'll do what I can. I'll let you know and you can decide after.
Yeah. It's Elena Saft.
Got it. Just give me the address too, just to make sure I have the right one.
Okay. And I pass it off. Yeah.
Those kindred that we saw running out of there before we went in. I knew one of them. A friend of mine.
You did.
Claudia. They're
The one you just mentioned.
They're the other guys, the Camarilla.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what she would have been doing there, but anyways, I didn't say anything because I thought it would just derail us. But
yeah, that was probably a good idea. I don't.
all right,
Listen, I know I called you a baby earlier, but I haven't been doing this very long either.
Yeah,
so.
when were you turned?
Time's gotten away from me a little bit, since I was impaled on a giant metal spire.
Yeah, me was just 3 years ago.
Years?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Am I still the baby?
Years?
Yeah. Long story, I'll tell you someday. Let me get cracking on this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go upstairs and check on
your dad. Yeah, I get it. That's cool.
Yeah. I guess. I'm gonna take...
He says, just as you're about to go, he says, is Kellen gonna be gone?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Kind of like them.
Yeah, me too.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna get cracking on this.
Yep. If you need anything, just shout, I guess.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna take...
Do you think we have Monster in the fridge and he goes into the kitchen? What do you take?
I'm gonna take her with me, the woman, up as well. Probably put her in just an empty bed.
No problem.
And then I'll go check on Alexander and Kellen.
Alexander has laid Kellen's body on a couch and is taking a seat and is looking at them. His head is hung. He's got crimson around the edges of his eyes.
She knocks on the side of the door.
Yes, Miriam, he says without looking.
Are they...
No, they're not fine.
Are they gone?
You know that thing in your chest that wants to kill everything? You know that curse inside of us all? The thing that wants to bite.
Mm-hmm.
My bitch of a sire took enough out of her that that's all that's left.
Kellen knew that was a possibility.
It should have been me.
Miriam's going to walk further into the room until she's standing in front of you. But it wasn't you. It shouldn't have been any of us. This shouldn't have happened, but it did.
They were one of the best of us.
You don't have to tell me that.
You
I've known
don't
Kellen
know.
my entire undeath, or unlife, I guess.
I've known her since before you were born. I've known them since before you were born.
Both ways?
I could slap you for even saying that.
You could. But I think Kellen would appreciate a bit of gallows humor, even now.
I have shed so much blood with them. I have shared blood and heart and victory and defeat with them. And when all others, except you, have departed, they stayed. And now the final price is paid.
So what will you do?
I can take the axe and make it quick. Or I can give what's left of them one final look at the sun.
What do you think they'd want?
He stares at the body for a long moment. They would want to stare at the horizon one last time, like I always knew they did.
Then we do that. We do it.
As a pack?
As what's left of a pack. I don't know if you're intending on keeping Thomas. I thought you said... Didn't realize that he had been turned 3 years ago. I'm still the baby.
We'll keep that secret between us.
Annabelle's dead, but Calame is still out there, and I don't know if what the wolf did at the pyramid was enough. I still need to find Reynard.
Let us say goodbye, and then we'll find Renard tomorrow night.
Okay.
We will, together.
Okay.
I'm glad you're still here, Miriam.
I'm still me, right?
Despite our best efforts.
You know what I mean. That other one, that wasn't me.
It called me Alex.
Yeah, that was bad. That was not good or smart. I don't know. The idea of Kalome making more of me and using me for I don't know what. I don't. I have a terrible feeling about it.
Hopefully, whatever that shifter did puts an end to it.
I hope so. But if I ever start calling you Alex again, just go ahead and stake me. Right, Alex?
Don't tempt me. I take...
Yeah, I was going to ask what you were going to do.
I take Kellen's body. We climb out onto the fire escape that they watched the dawn from just the night before. And we climb onto the roof. I prop them up so they're facing east. And I bend down and I look them in the face and I say, "You are the best of us. May you find peace. And when I stand at the foot of Cain's throne, I'll speak your name amongst the worthy." I straighten up and look at Miriam as if she wants to say anything.
You were a good friend for as long as you were around. I'm only sad that I didn't get to know you better. Enjoy the sunlight for us all.
You do know that, right? I just weep for the dead as a crimson tear runs down his cheek. And he walks off.
Miriam gives like one last long look at Kellen before following after Alexander into the safety of darkness.
Kellen, you hear Alexander's voice somewhere far away, but then Asher's voice brings you back to the moment present. You're in the loft that the two of you have been living in Quebec City. You're leaving for Montreal tomorrow morning. You've finished making love, and Asher lies between her legs with their head on your chest, and both of you are looking up at the moon, and their voice pulls you back from this strange reverie you were having about Alexander, as they say, triangles.
What?
Triangles. I've been thinking a lot about triangles.
Have you got a sudden hankering for geometry?
I was always pretty crap in math, but
Yeah, I know.
just been thinking how does this idea that been having that I'm just kind of trying to put into words how I feel or think about the world, and I keep thinking of two things. I keep thinking of one thing and then another, but I can't think of a third, but I keep seeing this image of a triangle, and I'm like, there's three sides. There should be three options or something, but I can only come up with two. I can only come up with one that's grace and one that's affliction, but I don't know why I can't shake this image of triangles, of this third option or this third side or this third path. I don't know what that is.
Are you sure you're not a Toreador?
I mean, I do have long hair and a taste for mascara, but... Anything's gonna happen to us out there.
Who knows? This could be the beginning of the end. The last wild tilt towards Gehenna. Best enjoy it while we can.
I think it's true what they're saying, that all these elders are leaving and going out there because it's begun and they're coming back.
It's what we're told, isn't it? It's what you've preached to us for the past however long.
Yeah, but I find that the words ring increasingly hollow to me when I say them. Like I'm reading them phonetically almost. I don't really know what they mean anymore. You ever feel that way?
We are more than just the words. We are more than just the blood. As long as we are all here, as long as there is still a pack, that is all I need to know.
Even if there's so very few of us left in the end.
It just means we are the ones who are scrappy enough to survive.
And do you think that's a blessing or a curse?
Why must it be either?
And what's the third way? I can't think of a third way. What's that third side?
We could just be.
You know what I wish?
What, my love?
I wish I had a little bolt hole somewhere up north, far away from all this. And I could just run to and kind of hide out and wait for all this to blow over.
There's the gangrel, I know.
The sun's coming up. You want to stay up and watch it, or?
Just for a little.
Till it tickles.
Yes, love.
And with that, my friends, this is where we end this little story of the exalted few that remain behind after all is said and done. Watch the sunrise.
I swear to God.